Well, good evening. How we doing? This is great. You guys are oh, oh, you Mike. You guys are all over it. Glad you are here. This is fun. Hey, Melissa. Everybody's got their water. All right, good, good. Well, I do too, and we're going to have some fun with water tonight. And I kept the water background going from last week. Why not? We're doing water. So we had a really pretty water picture. I hope everybody's had a really good week. I was just reflecting that this has become the most cherished time of the week, hasn't it? It's so wonderful for us getting together and seeing you guys and knowing your journeys. And, we're just, wow, we really have become a family. And this is such a special time. And I hope it's been productive. And I would love to hear from you guys how the week was for you. Somebody asked me today, "How was your day?" I said, "I've been running behind all day." So I kind of slid in here. But we're going to bring into the space here in just a second. So I am curious how the week was for you, especially related to your manifesting or just the overall bump and the way you felt and everything about the week. How was it for you? And obviously, we want to make sure that we get our intentions set specifically for tonight. I have 2 that I'm bringing to the table, and, you get yours, and yeah. Melissa had a great week. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is so cool. Yeah, I set an intention and had it, partially I like stepping stones. Mine was a bigger, ongoing kind of thing, and definitely this week was good. So I'm going to be doing those intentions again to continue them. But how was your week as far as that goes? And while you're doing that, I have a couple of things. Let's do our card for tonight. And I just pulled this, but I was able to shuffle the deck the way I usually do, and I got the 10 of Pentacles. And of course, this is from the Light Seekers deck, Hanukkah deck. Oh, this is a good one, you guys. This is a good one. Whenever you get a pentacle, okay, this is gonna be great. So the upside of this card, positive side, spiritual and material abundance, community. I just pulled it for tonight. I said, "Show me a card for our evening." Generosity, wealth, and prosperity, building a legacy. Now, what if we pursue the shadow side? Chasing luxury and status, financial loss. That's Saturn in Pisces, right? Get you negative energy around wealth. Well, we're not here to do that kind of business. So let's read this real quick. Oh, baby, it says, oh, baby, this is the big one. Don't you love this? This is our card for tonight, you guys. We're going to infuse waters. I mean, you please crank it up. All the love, abundance, and joy that you can muster in your heart. It's coming your way and coming fast. It's time to prepare for its inevitable arrival and to commit to your long term success. This energy is so big, in fact, that you should be prepared to spread some of it around generously. Always do that. Circulation, right? Rule number 2, gratitude. 3, next to love. Bring an abundance of positive energy into your life and watch everything shift. It said, bring an abundance of positive energy into your life and watch everything shift. Expect the arrival of success, happiness, and an upbeat, loving community as avenues widen and the right connections click into place. You are one small move away from seeing the bigger picture and from unearthing a legacy of pentacles that are already yours. You deserve this success and love. Taste the pleasures of life and embody a state of consciousness that says, "Yes, I am worthy of all of this success." And a little quote says, "I am successful and I share my wealth with those I love." That's awesome. Wow. That is cool. Love it. Okay. Now, I know you guys, let's just do this because I did kind of slide in here. I pulled my drum down. Let's just, for a minute, I'm going to do this and then yeah, let's just do this tonight. And we'll just kind of, as these start settling into your intention. Yeah, if you've ever been to a powwow or an Indian drumming, you know that they drum to bring in what they want. So I'm going to just hit this single beats and just picture it as though it is us knocking on the universe's door and we are asking for the fulfillment. It's a door knock. It's an intuition. It's an intention knock, a manifesting knock. And we'll stay in that space. Kathleen, I'm glad you could be with us as well. So, several things to talk about tonight. I have some really cool stuff lined up that I'm going to zip through so that we can get to the good part, which is going to be infusing the water. Got these queued up. I got a big jug behind it. I was going to show you the little vortex machine here. So we are going to do some cool stuff. First of all, let's talk about one thing that I think is very important whenever we come together or whenever we start something is to clear out negativity. And that's part of bringing that card in. Actually, I just drew that card literally right before we came on and realized that this is something I wrote much earlier in the day, and they fit together so well. What did it say? Bring positivity to the table. So we really do want to position ourselves to where we're choosing between, am I going to follow the negative narrative, or am I going to choose the positive? So let's just take a second and reflect on clearing and eliminating any negative connections that might be in your space, any negative cords with others that need to be cut, any negative interactions that may have happened today or toward the end of this past week, tensions, challenges, arguments, anger, etc. Leave it behind. We're going to clear it. Any leftover energetic contamination in the space. Just go through your environment, and then especially any negative entities or negative non-physical, I think are highly prominent right now and trying to throw us off track. So we refuse and reject all of these, and in the name of the Most High, we command them to be gone. Say it, I command any fill in the blank, what the negative is for you. I command any negative cords, I command any negative entities that are surrounding the space, that might be surrounding this computer, this desk, this space, this room, this building that I'm in, this community that I'm in, any negative entities that would try to participate or feed off of this very bright energy, they must leave. You are commanded out. You cannot stay. You are gone. You are gone from my life. You are gone from the lives of those who are listening. Any cords that need to be broken are now broken and severed. In the name of the Most High, only good remains from those connections. Any negativity that is in the space is now dissolved like powder and then blown away. And any leftover contamination in my life or in my space is hereby eliminated. It's gone. Perfect timing. I wanted to show you a couple of things I ran across late this afternoon, and I put these in. You know who this guy is, right? JP Sears, kind of the new agey, spoofy comedian, sarcastic guy. He has taken a different position in his life, and this is the video. I changed my mind about God. And if you've got 25 extra minutes and you want to hear something that I think is reflective of people who are going to be waking up, and maybe what that sounds like or looks like. I checked his age because I was curious how he fit into the age brackets. He's just about to turn 42. And I think in context, you'll hear how somebody who I would certainly consider still a younger person, he's just a boy in my horizon, just a child, just a boy. Got a little bit of gray in his beard there. Well, he probably colored. He's just a child. But hear what he says. I think it's very interesting. And as I was listening to that, then this old song back from 1973 came to mind. This is the group Three Dog Night. You probably remember their song, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Well, the guy in the standing there with a big black mustache sang, he was Jeremiah was boy. That's Chuck Negron. And he sings this song called Into My Life. And it was actually written by the guitar player. Um, I believe the guy that wrote it is actually standing next to Chuck. I looked this up before, and it's just a very passionate song that was written at a time when there was this spiritual movement going on in the country. And you listen to the passion that Chuck sang this song with, it's just incredible. And I think that this kind of thing, that I'm just pointing this out because I think this is how some people are going to start waking up is just, I want this spiritual connection in my life. And if that is reflected as God, Lord, whatever, but the spirituality underneath it is what is going to be coming back into our lives, and it's just really exciting to know that that's now, if you guys are not in the Facebook group and you're just coming through the YouTube and you want to grab a screenshot of that, get your camera, and I'll leave it up here for just a second. This was created by Darren, one of our great listeners out in California, who took the notes that we did last week really to heart. He's done another spreadsheet that I think when he tweaks it a little more, we'll put it in the Facebook group. But and it's got some drop downs. I mean, it's just really cool. So Darren, thank you for this. But if you want to grab a screenshot of that, he put it into a flow chart, into a mind map kind of thing, and took all those points so that you can have this reference of everything together for the creative process. And we know because a lot of you had things fulfill last week quickly too. So it was like, well, cool. So we want to definitely keep practicing this. This is what we're doing. Now, the other thing I just would like to check in, and we're going to not wait for comments on this. If you put one in, I'll put it up if I can. But how did you do on the muscle test? So were you in tune? Here's the deal on this. Was it something that was consistent for you through the week, or it was like, I forgot by Monday, or I did it for a couple of days and then I didn't do it toward the end of the week, or I got busy and I was, "Ugh." And um, I'd like to get us to where we are following our intuitive prompts because this is the quickest way to manifest stuff. The universe already has things it wants to give you. When you align with those, then you're living not only your highest timeline, but also your, I'm going to say, greatest life of ease. You're taking the higher path. So if you're just joining us, and I know we've had several people come in here, if what we were talking about last week was that just to make a commitment that everything you do, like, is this the best food for me to eat right now? That might change because your metabolism changes, right? That you could say, is this the best food for me to eat right now for my highest, best service or for the best nutrition and nourishment of my body? And if you're sitting in front of certain food, you know that probably don't even bother to ask, right? Either change the food or change the venue or go ahead and eat what's in front of you and come back next time with a higher intention. And you can take that to anything, how you're spending your time, what you're watching, what you're listening to, what you're reading, who you're with. How am I spending my time? Is this the highest and best activity for me now? And it's just really non-judgmental because it's just you and your body response. If you don't know how to do muscle testing, there are 2 videos at the top of the Facebook group page that are very good to get started with. One is by Fred Dodson, and one is by another lady that I like her technique, and I like Fred's technique, so they're similar. So the other thing about that is just to recommit, right? To just recommit. Now, we're going to infuse with water. Let me get caught up on your chats just to see here if there's yeah, we really appreciate Darren doing that. This was really neat. Um, here. Oh, this is Sophie. Hey, Sophie. Well, I just put your thing up. But you know why? So we can love on you, and we're glad you're here. Sophie has a beautiful new daughter who's about, almost a year now, and, goodness, 8 months, 9 months? 9 months. But, I know that getting used to that and being a single mom has been a lot for her. 10 and a half months old already, she says, and she is adorable. Her name is Ivy, and Sophie is so thrilled to have Ivy in her life, and so, Sophie, we just welcome you back. That's just been really um, glad you're here. So oh, wow, look at this. Melissa says she played it around with it for 3 days straight. Asked what road to take, what to eat, avoided a car accident, and eating something I now know would have made me sick. Well, there you go. That's the deal. That is fantastic. Great. Awesome. Oh, wow. How about that? So I'm glad you're here too, both of you guys. If you're both here, that would be great. It's awesome. Okay, so we're going to infuse water with intention. One of the reasons that water is just a great thing to do this with, um, is because if you drink the water after you infuse the intention, it becomes a part of you. Obviously, it circulates through you. Your body takes what it needs, and then it circulates the rest back. We are mostly water. Um, it's also a visual that we can easily identify with. So, in fact, one of the suggestions that I had tonight was that we could say that I infused this water, and then this water represents all the water that I will consume this week is infused with the same intention, right? Regardless of the source. If you hit a water fountain, that's okay. That's that water is what you're going to ingest. So, um, it's fun. It's just fun to do. It's fun to play with. Fred does it. He's talked about doing it a lot. Um, this is Lynn Schaefer, and well, I'm so glad you're here, Lynn, because she had to check her computer into the computer hospital this week and caught it just in time before her hard drive crashed. So they're getting her fixed back up, but she's probably limping on her phone or a tablet or something. But I'm just glad you're here. Glad to see you in. All right, now so here's kind of the process, and there are no rules. This is a process. And this actually came from a book that I just finished for Fred, and he had a chapter on here, and he described the process that these guys did. And I'll tell you the process real quick is this group of business people, um, wanted a certain contract. So they filled a bathtub up with water. They all got together there and chanted over the water for a full hour, and then they stayed there in silence. And then I think he said they probably drank, but I mean, you'd obviously clean the bathtub, but they identified, connected with the water, and Fred said within 3 days, but the focus of their attention was the deal. So within 3 days, they got the contract. Now, I'll tell you because I have another slide here. I'll tell you what how that focus was askew and why we don't want to do what they did, but we can use the same technique just with a different focus. What they did is they focused on a person. Sorry, that's the thing that we won't do. So what you want to do is get some water that becomes your symbolic reflection of the intention, and you simply focus the intention into the water. And you can do that with supplementing, affirming, chanting. You could do scripting. You could sit there with the water in front of you and write. You could go on a hike, take some of the water with you. Just whatever your process is to physically connect with the intention in the water. You want to tie them together. Be playful. You guys come up with great ideas. And if you do this and you are creative and playful with it and you have good success, drop it in the Facebook group. And what I would say is that the being silent for a few minutes to just be is a really good thing to do, to connect in. I like the idea of drinking some of the water because that puts it in you. And then some have mentioned or asked about putting crystals or mixes or various things in the water. I'm like, "Absolutely. Sure, go for it." And, uh, what I would say is start with as pure of water as you can. I mentioned in the video that I did that I distill my water. It's something I started doing several years ago, and then I add my own minerals, so I know at least from as far as to the mineral company what's going in the water, and so the water is as pure as I can get it, but you should say to try to avoid tap water just because it has so much stuff in it, right? And we do want this to be pure. I think somebody put in the Facebook, maybe perhaps Dr. Emoto, you remember, but the guy that put the molecules under a microscope, when you send water love, it literally turns into something that looks like a snowflake. Water molecule becomes this incredible um, display of nature. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Now, so the thing that we don't want to do, oh, the do's, make the water as pure as possible and infuse energies, infuse outcomes. What we don't want to do is to cross into somebody else's space without their permission. I wouldn't even do it with their permission, unless you're maybe trying to heal somebody and you are then of like mind. So you both have the same intention. And maybe you say, "Look, I mean, if you're not feeling well, I'll do this for you, but I'm," and maybe if they're in geographic proximity, you would take them some of the water. But probably with the exception of that, or I guess I could think of several. Maybe if you were, like, blessing your child on the, day before their wedding kind of thing. But you get the idea. Don't just take somebody random out there and say, "Hey, make this guy sign this contract so that we get all this business." That's that's dark, okay? Now, the other thing that we mentioned last week. So now you do your water infusion that we're going to do together here in a minute, and then do it as things fulfill, which they probably will, give thanks. Do a ceremony of thanks. Do a completion ceremony or a manifestation ceremony. Maybe you do a little saging and you have an altar, maybe a reflection of what is coming, and, um, give thanks for the power of co-creating. While it's manifesting, get busy with something else. Don't dwell on it. And then, yeah, here we go. Gratitude after it manifests. And what we talked about last week is try to really make the time between something shows up in your life and the time that you pause to give thanks in your heart is almost instant. That is such a cool practice to get into, and you do that with everything. Oh my gosh, do it with everything. All right, let's see here. I see a couple of, there's shungite can purify water. See, I think this is not a bad idea. Drink out of a water bottle with some crystals in it. I think that would be cool. I'm going to see if I can, uh, figure that out for this week. Write on your glasses. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Oh, I wish I could see who put that in. The Facebook things go away. That's perfect. That's awesome. Um, this is great. You guys are all over it. Yeah, electrolytes, yes. Okay, reverse osmosis, purifying the water. Perfect, perfect. Good. You guys are on this. Okay, let's see. Citrine, rose, and clear quartz. Awesome. So you get the idea. Let me show you this little thing that somebody gave me. This was in this health class. But see, and it puts that vortex of energy in there. And I was infusing a particular manifestation for this week. And now this is something that Fred mentioned, and I know a lot of you probably do this too, is drink it from a copper cup. But I'm gonna have some water because I'm thirsty. Mm, awesome. Has that good copper taste to it. That vortex thing, there are some machines online that sell for like 300 and something dollars. I got somebody gave me that. I don't think it's not even for water. It's supposed to be a little blender, like, food processor thing, but it works with that. So um, that's another thing you could do. I pulled that out. I'm going to use it this week. I haven't been using it for a while, so I'm going to start using it again. All right, now let me switch over. I've got my big jug. Whatever you brought to the table tonight to do this into, go ahead and get it. And I think the first thing that we should do, like we always do, is just connect together, connect ourselves together. So maybe even if you want, touch your water and know that we are all touching our own water or intending. If anybody wants to chime in with what oils they put in the water. The power of our group is the group. And we have found that clearing ourselves, standing together, focusing our intentions on creating has done everything from, I mean, we had 2 people in here when we started in August of almost now 2 years ago that had cancer who don't anymore. So, I'm not by any means saying that, that this was the but this created the energy. This created the energy that allowed them to be in the space of, "This doesn't work." And I know we've had a whole lot of other manifestations take place over these last, well, year and 3 quarters, I guess. So, um, so let's connect ourselves together as a group first. And what we do with this is basically just in your mind, envision some of the people who you have seen their names come up. or if you're in Facebook, you can see the people there. If you're in YouTube, you can see those people, and connect with those you know, and then together as a complete group so that we are of one mind. Maybe still touching your water. Now, you brought some intentions with you tonight. So, what I would do, if you have something to write, even if you just capture a descriptive word of your intention, and if you don't have a pen with you, then just um, you can go grab one or think of it, or if you have notes or some way to tap it into your phone, maybe just some way to capture your intention. I'm going to put mine down just with descriptive words. That is so cool. Yep. Happy pet friends during our time. Excellent. In the name of the highest, yes. All right. Here are some oils to the oil question. Let you read these. Does it matter what state the water is in? I don't think so. We were talking earlier about being able to drink it as a benefit. Um, but no, there are no rules. There are no, I think the only rule is don't cross into somebody else's space. That's the high ground. Do it, but don't, right? Don't go there. It's not what we do. And don't bring that back into this group for sure. Cinnamon oil sounds like is the thing to get. Yeah, just stand in the high ground because when you are a co-creator, the water is symbolic. The water is just reflective of the energy that we're expressing in our soul. And just putting it there as the water is just a symbol, right? The power is what's in us that's doing the creating work. Power that of our own energy, the power of our command, the power of our intention. That's what does it. The water is a symbol. It's a great symbol, and it does become part of us, but don't look to the water for the fulfillment. The water is just a metaphor, right? So there are no rules and beyond the one we mentioned, and you just total play with it, like everybody is doing. It's just so great. So let's do this. Um, you have your intention. Let's do 5 minutes. We'll abbreviate this. We'll do 5 minutes. And this is the other thing. Fred told that story about those guys that did the bathtub for an hour. We're in space time. There is no prescribed. The longer you go, I think the shorter you go, the more powerful you are. You could do it by just putting your hands on it and commanding it. So it's not about the process. It's not about the time. It's not about the words. but, um, you can chant. Let's say that, this is not my manifestation. I'm gonna keep it private, but let's say that I wanted to manifest a new car, and so I'm touching the water. This is a demonstration. Water. This is not the real thing. Um, a new car comes to me now. A new car is in my life now. I manifest a new car now. A new car is easy for me to obtain. A new car is in my world already. I love my new car. It smells so good. My car fell into my lap unexpectedly. Just something like that. Yeah, that's a form of chanting where you just sing to it. You remember the, Michelle Blood that we had on the podcast a couple of times that sings her manifestations? So that's probably a different form of chant, right? You could do Krishna Das type chants if you come up you'd have to maybe work the wording out, but you could do that. So we'll take about 5 minutes here. Let's see. I wanna get caught this is important. There. Yeah. If you're gonna put anything in your water, obviously make sure. And then right, make sure that you know what, um, crystals you yeah, Michelle is amazing. I was thinking about her this week, actually. Um, high grade oils. Okay, you guys have got the oil thing down. So let's take 5 minutes. We'll just be silent here. I'll be silent, and I'm gonna put the camera on the water, and I'll mute my microphone because I am going to do some chanting to the water, and then I'll come back and we'll do maybe 2 or 3 minutes of silence. So this will be short, but powerful because we're together and our energies are together in this. So take a few minutes, do your own little ceremony with your water. Be crazy. People are in the house, they'll forgive you. Just be as see, the more fun you make it, the more you open that channel for it to come. So just be really playful. Let's do that now, and I'll see you back in about 5 minutes, and then we'll do 3 couple of 3 minutes of silence over it, and then we'll consume the water and lock in our intentions, okay? All right. So about 3 minutes here or 5 minutes or so, I'll see you back. Now, there is one other thing that I'd like to add to the manifestation. If you would join me, is to just take a minute and let's add the collective to our intention. So, you know how we talk about bringing love to the world, that we are together, unified in mind, unified in heart, unified in soul, that we are reaching out with love to a world that is feeling a lot of pain and is scared right now. We don't invite fear. So the crisis before was health, now the crisis is money, and we know that we stand on firm ground and we are simply not going to participate in that crisis. And we send love to the world as they are dealing with it in their own way. We are part of the collective. We always are. And we are now standing for our fellow people, humans, men and women, kids, teenagers, older people who are fearing the outcomes ahead from financial turmoil. And we send love. We send peace. We send healing intentions for our world. We send protection because I do believe that we are under attack from things we cannot see. So, to our world, love, peace, security, trust, in the name of the Most High. And so it is. Now, let's take all those intentions and we'll sit here for just a couple of minutes in silence, maybe just two or three. Focus on your focus on your intention. See it fulfilled. In the name of the Most High, all intentions that were created tonight and infused into this water are now brought to our co-creator, partner, ultimate high source for fulfillment. May the ethers of the universe be mobilized on our behalf to bring these things into our life. They that are according to our highest and best timelines. And we all together say, and so it is. Now we get to celebrate. So if you have some that you can drink, this is about the only time you'll hear me or say cheers. It's water in a copper cup. There you go. To its fulfillment for all of us. And so it is. I'm curious if you feel does setting an intention or creating something that you want to manifest, does it feel more tangible and realistic now after doing that? I think it does for me. Wow. Heal the world. That's right. Cheers. Hey, boom. Wow. So the water can become a catalyst for it. So you guys are saying yes. It does feel more tangible. It feels more realistic, doesn't it? It feels like, um, I don't know. It's more connection, right? It's more connection with the fulfillment. It's more connection with the process. It's more alive. And I did, and I hope you did too. And if not, just roll it in that it would be this water and all of the water that I consume this week and everything that I put this water in this week. So it like covered it all. So now anytime there's a little bit more left there, anytime there's taking in water, there's that connection with these things that I want fulfilled and the connection with the collective, which of course we just keep that one going because sending love out into the universe, I think is why our group has grown. I mean, it's like why we're doing this. It's that it's our way through these challenging times to be able to look at this stuff and just say, you know, I stand on firmer ground. Um, so that's how we're going to approach this. So I think it's just awesome, so cool. And and I mean, obviously, just thinking that 70% of the planet is water, and how much percent are we? I think it's like, you know oh, Brandy, that was for me too. It was like that was when it really locked in, was that time of silence when we're just moving the intention in there was super powerful. Yes. Mm, cool, Rachel. Yeah, cool. And the water and the food. Is that Siva? If that's you, welcome. Glad to see you. Oh, cool. Like a perfect new moon ceremony. Oh, here, good. Yes. Feels more connected to the body rather than just something that we can write it out. We can chant. We can beat drums. We can do all these things. But yes, when definitely, it does feel more connected, doesn't it? Oh, nice. Good move. Just bought a filtration system. Hey. Are you guys coming down to, the, New Smyrna? Are you gonna be there? I was thinking about your dad as I'm on the Facebook group with the Appalachian hiking group, and man, they are firing it up. I mean, and if you guys aren't on that group, you should be because this is when they launch, so it's just been really exciting. Oh, good. Awesome. Yay. I love it when we get to spend some time together. That'll be fun. So, are you coming to you guys who are coming to, New Smyrna to Fred's event, drop in. He asked me, when I was there in January, if I would basically just help him put it on. I mean, I'll be doing some emceeing, and we'll do some fun stuff to get him. He kinda wants to make it a bigger, than him just walking in from the back of the room kind of thing. So we're going to play with that and then facilitate. I hope that he'll be open to facilitate taking, uh, questions, Q&A through some of it that we can play with. So I think it'll be a lot more fun. He and I will be working together more than that. The last couple of events I have recorded for video, and I'm going to still do that, but he wants it at a less, like, just get the camera up and get it rolling, and that's good enough. And then helping you guys make sure that you have a really great event. So, looking forward to it. Wow, had a deeper knowing that God, highest source, really heard me and agrees with me completely. Oh, hey, Abigail. Hi. Wow, neat. I wonder if your environment in Hawaii, if you don't play with, I mean, like, this is something you could do and just weave your whole environment into it. This is really cool. I would love to know if the I've been to Hawaii one time, and it was to a Fred seminar. Um, the energy of Hawaii, and it has some energy and then it has some energy. But, at least where I just was in one little corner of it. I mean, just kinda went in and went out, but just wonder how the environment there in Hawaii affects you. That's cool. Welcome, glad you're here. Wow, goodness, ear ringing, huh? Put water outside during the full moon. Yeah, that's awesome. Good. Well, what a wonderful time. This was fun. This was really great. So I hope it gives you another tool in your toolbox, and we can do this more as a group because I firmly believe that the group energy is what is the strength of what we do. So we can definitely do more as a group. We'll do more water-related things, but, level up from now on is manifest up. So we'll see you guys next Sunday. So game plan, muscle test everything, muscle test everything. Set the intentions. I mean, revive the intentions when you drink the water, and I hope you extended it out to all water this week, and then post in the Facebook group. If you're in the Facebook group, we'd love to hear when things fulfill. That would be really cool. I love that we get to celebrate together. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. I've got a full load of podcasts ready to do. I'm gonna get a couple of Subconscious Mind Mastery podcasts in there this week, so we'll see you there. Got Robert, we've got all kinds of really great things going. So thank you so much. We will see you next Sunday night, and I wish you the very best and ultimate fulfillment, waterfalls of abundance. See you next week. Thanks for being here. Love you.